Hey there guys, I just wanted to make this video because I'm just over this game. These last few seasons just kind of been slowly declining, just like their population's been declining over the seasons. And this season it's the worst that it's ever been starting out, which is probably something that Bungie's pretty worried about because you're starting off a season with low numbers, that's not good. Um, and I can't say that I'm invested. I didn't pre-order the final shape. Don't really care. If I really want to see what happens in the story, somebody's going to post it on YouTube. I can go watch it there. Um, they're not really going to probably be able to do much to get me into that because after this season, I mean, if I'm not buying that and I'm not playing the game, don't really care to get any of the stuff, any weapons, armor, all that. Just doesn't really matter to me. And even if like there's a good raid, no, not really feeling it. And then like after that, I mean, feels like the story's pretty much done, and I feel like Bungie can really see that a lot of people are probably going to be leaving the game because the story that they've been invested in for however long is coming to a close, and they're just going to finally think like people can justify that they have a point where with the whole like sunk cost fallacy, they invested the time, and this is the conclusion of that story that they have been involved in, and now they have like finally a point they can justify it to themselves that okay, I'm done because the story's ended at this point from what like whatever they've been following. So I can really understand where people are coming from. But yeah, I'm just over this. I have not really scripted this because it's going to sound too robotic if I do. But I do have some points that I wanted to go over. And I really find it kind of comical that at the beginning of the season, Bungie added a starter pack for $15 that had like 3 exotics in it. Then exotics for like exotic sparrows, ship, and something else. And then some materials. And they've already pulled it down because of all the backlash. I don't know how you thought that was a good idea to try to add more monetization to the game that's already overly monetized, and people have been talking about that. Just somebody's got to be seeing that, and maybe they just wanted to slap it up there, and they're going to see how many people they could get to buy it before they took it down from all the backlash, make a few extra bucks to turn around their projections and make some more money, just even if it's a little bit. I feel like those people should get refunds. That kind of leads into the first point. The monetization is getting ridiculous. Like when Shadowkeep came out, that was fine, getting the whole year, and then now it's just kind of feels like it's divulged into something worse and worse because now you're paying for expansions, you're paying for seasons, you're paying for store cosmetics, paying for dungeon keys, paying for the transmog, I guess, if you buy that. You can buy season pass levels. You're paying for the event passes or whatever. Not that you have to buy some of those things, but it's there and it just looks bad. And then I also feel like whenever a new season starts, there's some cool stuff that gets added that you can kind of see in the collections. But I feel like whenever a new season starts, a lot of my attention can kind of be drawn to the store because that's where a lot of cool cosmetics get added. So like new season launches, you go in there and you're like, oh look, there's a new armor set. I'm gonna be able to buy that, over the season. There's say like new ornaments for exotics that look really cool. It's like I'm gonna buy that later. Emote stuff I don't really care about. Ghost shells and sparrows and ships are kind of like hit or miss. There's some cool stuff, some not. But then like you have ornaments for exotics that look really cool, so it's like, dang, I want to get that too. It just makes all your stuff look a lot better. Or they'll have something where you'll be able to complete the look of your guardian based on the changing of that exotic, or you have some exotics that look bad and then finally the ornament changes it and makes it look good and you can work it into your fashion. It's just wild. The monetization, like, it's getting so tiring. Maybe that's because I've been playing a lot of single player games on PlayStation, and it's really nice to just buy the game and not have to buy anything else. I just buy the game, play the whole game. It has good combat, good story, have some fun with it, and then after that, I'm done. And since I haven't had a PlayStation before. I have all these games, like all the God of War games and everything. Like some of them are just on the monthly pass that PlayStation has on PlayStation Plus or whatever. So I can just download it, and I mean, I just paid for the year, and then I got the year in like Black Friday, so it was like $60 for a year, and I got all these games that I can play, and I haven't ever played them before. They're all, highly rated games, and then like they have the Black Friday sale that they just had. Picked up a bunch of games that were like under $15, under $20 that people really liked, so I can go and experience those. So yeah, it's just, man, Bungie, what are you doing? And I mean, the seasonal model, I don't really have a problem, I guess, as much with like paying for seasons and having like season pass and having this other stuff come out every few months. That I don't mind. It's just, I think, really the weapons, the activities. If the activities are really boring, I don't really ever care with them. I only ever interact with them to progress the little story thing forward, which, I mean, I don't really even care that much about the story, so I don't know why I do that. And then the weapons, now that we're, not sunsetting anymore, I don't really ever feel like I need to go and get any more of the guns because I already have guns that can do that job. And if there's not, a new model for the guns that looks better, when it's just like a reskin, and oftentimes a poor reskin where it looks just super janky, where they just slap some stuff on an old model and call it good. Or like even this season, the bow from Season of the Chosen, they didn't even change the colors on the arrow, so they just copy pasted over, slapped a little bit of stuff on there, and just forgot to do that, which I find hilarious. And just, how do you miss something so simple? But yeah, like the activities, boring, don't really care much for them. Story, I'm not really that invested in it. And what I really like is the like armor that you can get, the exotics that you can get, the other weapons that you can get, like seasonal ones. Like, that's the stuff that I would like. And when that's bad, just what is the point of this season? Why do I care? Like, just no. So that, I mean, kind of covers a lot of stuff that points that I wanted, having, weapons that are boring, and the store just being a place where you get the coolest cosmetic stuff. Like, we get a lot of seasonal ships and sparrows and stuff from, like, the past that I don't really care for. They all look bad, and I'm not going to really ever run them over all the trial stuff that I have. That's something I actually had to earn in the game, and looks really cool. So if they drop new trial stuff, I'm out there trying to get it, going flawless, solo, every weekend that it comes out, just till I get that. Now I have all the trials cosmetics, and there's nothing for me to chase there. Just really dries up that incentive to even play the game. And then that kind of leads into PvP. I am not a fan of Checkmate. I don't really think I'm ever going to care about that. I do not want them. If they add that to like all the other playlists, I'm just not going to touch PvP. It's just so bad. It's the most passive play. It reminds me back when we had like pulse metas and stuff like that where people played really passive. It's so bad. I feel like if the abilities recharged a little bit faster, maybe that'd be fine, because the abilities kind of get people out of playing passive. Like, that's, I feel like, the point of them, because somebody's just sitting there kind of camping. You throw a grenade or whatever, they're going to run away from it if it's like thread lanes or something like that. So it's going to get them out of that passive camping position. And then not having the special too, I think just really helps to also reinforce the passive team shot gameplay. And it really kind of reminds me of D2 at the beginning when we had the double primary, where things were just really passive and it just was not a lot of fun. So those are my thoughts on PvP there. And of course, I mean, not having maps, not really having guns and stuff like that. Like, there's just a lot of stuff missing in there that there's not really a reason to go play it. I'll go play it to get, like, just, probably seems really stupid, but to get kills on guns, like when we have a new raid exotic, so like Touch of Malice, try to just get 1,000 some kills on there in PvP just for the hell of it, even though there's really no point. Or we have like Thorn now that has a catalyst, get a bunch of kills on that just because I want to, I guess, just to have a high amount of kills on a gun. Or like we have No Time to Explain. Really like that pulse rifle. Got a bunch of kills on it. I think I got like 3,000 some kills on that gun. And like that's really the only incentive I feel like to play PvP right now. Or like Cloud Strike, I started using that before it was nerfed and still now. And it's satisfying to get one person or headshot one person and then get like 2 other people or 3 other people. And I feel like that gun is super easy to use, like super easy to hit headshots. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. This game has become too much of a chore, and they're not really giving me any reason to want to play the game. And I guess it's probably also not just totally Bungie, it's just me going and experiencing other games I haven't played before that just respect my time more, aren't this weekly chore that I feel like I have to do. Doesn't feel like this like second job or this part-time job that I'm doing. I can just sit back, enjoy a story that's written well, much better than Destiny, and has good combat. That's a lot of fun. Like the Spider-Man games, super fun. Love the combat. Story, I like it. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Thank you guys if you stuck to this far in the video. Probably not a lot of people did, but yeah, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna try to make some videos that I actually enjoy making instead of Destiny. Destiny just feels like a chore making videos, and that probably just compounds the game already feeling like a chore outside of that. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and if you want to unsub because you're only interested in Destiny content, that's totally fine. But I hope you guys have a good one, and if you still want to keep playing Destiny, then have fun. Don't let anybody tell you not to play the game. If you're enjoying it, if you're enjoying the game and you enjoy spending your time on there, go for it. It's your life and you can do what you want with it. So see you guys in the next video.